Hi there, Taurus. It's Maria from the Tarot Shop here with your reading for the month of June. If you haven't been to me before, there are two decks in front of me here, an oracle deck and a tarot, and I take one card from here and a couple of cards from that. It's an opportunity for the tarot to give you a message. I always say this, and I'm quite strict on it. If it doesn't resonate with you, then please don't try and make it fit. That's not what tarot is about at all. Check out your moon and or your rising signs instead, because it could be that there's a message there for you. And the reason for that is because these are obviously universal messages, but also, more importantly, you may be working more from your moon energy this month than your sun or even your rising. So that's why I say that. Now, astrologically, whenever I remember, I like to tell you about the major transits that are coming up for the month. And I've just chosen two. There are obviously lots. But this is the big one for me, and that's that I thought it would be fun to use the tarot cards that are relative to, that correspond with the planets, so that you can get a, if you know more about tarot, a bit of a general feel for, or a real example feel of the energies. So on the 9th of June, you've got the planets of Jupiter and Venus, who are conjunct, so they're literally in the same room, and they're able to help each other and expand the things, especially with Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is actually the Wheel of Fortune, corresponds with that. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about change, but not change for change's sake. It's change that it's time for change. So you've got it's time for change with Jupiter, and it expands things, make it busy. It's a real fortunate and lucky and expansive change. And then you've got the Empress as well. Now the Empress is she gives birth to new ideas. She creates things. She's the eternal mother. And basically she creates something that has a long and lasting positive and abundant effect on your life. So you can create something that bears fruit in the longer term. So you've got the card of creation and the card of expansion. And the two of them are together on the 9th. So it's a really lovely time to tap into that energy and use it to your advantage. Maybe a couple of days before that, start looking out for signs, because this is all about your growth, and your growth that will create something that has a long-term effect for you. And then the final one that I've picked is the 21st of June. Obviously, Sun enters Cancer. And as well as that, we've got summer solstice. So double whammy, really big day. And the Chariot is it corresponds with Cancer. And this is the energy of the card is about just get on with it. Don't even question yourself, no questioning. The Chariot energy is very much, he just literally grabs the reins and just gets the job done. I always call it the JDI card. Just do it. You don't need to think about things too much. You just need to, and that energy, it's determined, focused, it's tenacious. You know, it's a really wonderfully strong, I mean, I love that card. And so that's on the 21st. So you've got expand and create, okay, and then you've got just get on with it. So those are the two key ones that I've picked out for the month ahead. Now for Taurus, let's have a look and see. These two decks, this is the what is it, Maria? Mystical Garden. It's a brand new deck. I fell in love with it, actually. It's really gorgeous, and she's so gentle to work with. Really lovely deck. Okay, so let's have a look, see what we've got for Taurus. Transformation, butterflies and dragonflies. So that's a transformational message for the month ahead. So time for change. So you've got everything going on there that supports this message for you as well, Taurus. This depends very much, obviously, if you want this change, doesn't it? I'm just going to see. Just get to my Taurus. Come on. Which cards were jumping? We had a jumper, so I'll pop him there. Right, okay. Okay, right, so let me just read the cards. I mean, I'm getting a sense here that the initial thing that was coming off from is that this is a period of change for you this month. It's creation. So the Magician is very much the card of creating the future that you want. And it's very practical, okay? So it literally pulls from above and then delivers below. Now you've got several things going on here. But I do believe that for a little while there's been an element of inactivity, a bit of boredom perhaps. But it's around the fact that you've taken some time out from... I think that things have been getting a little bit on top of you. And as a result of that, it's very much around there's been some conflict here with regards to just getting the job done. It feels that there's been, well, I know that there at the beginning of the month, I can see that there's a little bit of conflict at work. And it's not really, look, it's not major stuff, but nonetheless, it's irritating. Because what I'm getting the distinct impression here is that you want, you know, you're very practical and you just want to get the job. And all of this emotion, there's emotion. I feel there's emotion here involved in it. And you're trying to rise above that and go, this is completely nonsense. I don't want to get dragged into this drama. I just want the job done. And I feel that this could be either work or the message should make sense to you. You've stood back and taken a rest from this conflict and drama. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to say it's around a female here. So you've got the Queen of Wands, who is somebody who is actually wants to have, they are actually at the heart of it, a person who wants to have fun and who is very much, you know, the Queen of Wands is a lovely card in its own, but you get the conflict there because you want to be responsible and to take care of things, and you're taking that kind of, let's get this grounded, let's get whatever this project is or whatever it's going on, let's get it balanced and sorted. And then this other person who's not as responsible as you are. So there's a little bit of conflict there at the beginning of the month. And actually, I feel maybe to do with work. And as a result of that, you're going to start looking in the middle of the month here. You know, dealing with the drama is not your thing. And then in the middle of the month here, we've got you are looking at an opportunity, another job opportunity, and you're out there exploring. You can see, I'm looking out there to see what else is out there for me. And actually, let me consider all of these opportunities. So this is very much a month of, you know, when we said here, we've got here the transformation card. Drama is not your diva. You really are not particularly enthralled by that. But you're going to start having a look out there. So maybe consider what comes, have a look and see, you know, what is it that you want to do? I think if you can get a little bit clearer about that and have some faith in your abilities, I feel there's a stuckness element here, but things will start to lift. And towards the end of that, so maybe you're looking at jobs at the beginning, maybe going for interviews. And then you've got, at the end of the month here, we've got the Magician, who is the card of, literally, Magician says you can pretty much have whatever you want. If you can apply your mind to it, if you can get crystal clear about what it is, this is like the proverbial genie in a bottle, okay? I do feel that there is some guilt here, though, because we've got this card here that tells me that you are feeling, you don't want to turn your back on this job because there's some emotional connection for you. In some sense, you're tied to it and you feel a little bit guilty. But, you know, you've got to preserve your finances, and you're looking out for yourself long term as well. So I would say opportunities coming. Don't be surprised if you get offered it. You've got this Magician on your side working for you at the end of the month. Manage your guilt and look at, I need to take care of myself financially. Maybe there's more on money on offer and actually you're still tied to this. And I don't know, whatever it is that's going on here. And you are going to consider financially, you know, how you can make your money grow for yourself a little bit better. I do feel that that's what's going to drive your decision. So as I said, don't be surprised if that's what happens. And then at the end of the month, you've got the coming together of two people in a partnership for a common goal. I feel that moves in. This is about you changing this month. What do I want? I'm going to have a look out there. I'm going to explore it. Don't be surprised if you get it because you've got the Magician. And then as a result of that, it's how do you feel about that? Would you actually let go of this job to move into a new one? You know, only really you can answer that question. And I think that next month there's a significant other person that comes in, or the two of you are really aligned. So that'll be interesting to see. It's your decision to make. The Magician is on your side. The opportunities are there. And I hope that that has helped. Don't fight it. You know, drama is never your diva. And there is something definitely going on here that is making you look. And whenever we look, it's for a reason. You know, there is not everything happens for a reason, and it can be that sometimes we're made unhappy where we currently are, so that we will consider an opportunity. And remember, we have free will, so if you decide not to, then you don't. But I do think there's some guilt attached here, or something like that, where you feel that you cannot leave or you cannot make a change because, you know, there's too much riding on it, or maybe you're connected to this other person in some way. Okay, I hope that's made sense to you. And as I said, if it doesn't, then check out your moon and or your rising signs instead. Work with these energies this month. You've got that beautiful energy on the 9th. And then on the 21st, you're being invited to just literally do it. Okay, I hope that's helped. And I've got the decks that I've used in the description details, along with, if you would like to support the page, there's a Buy Me a Coffee page. And that's it. All that remains for me to say is have a wonderful June. A very transformative. Look at that card and look what's on promise. You do deserve it. You can have it if you want it. Okay, and I will speak to you next month. Okay, bye-bye.